big one comes up. He's on the other boat, bringing the lady line.
So I don't.
I'm Barry.
I'm Ansha.
This is the continuing journey of Sailing ABC.
A 6:15 departure from what was an absolute horrendous night's sleep. In fact, couldn't even call it sleep.
Noisy.
The wind actually dropped. The bay flattened out. There was no roly-roly, but the cacophony of music.
The different bars.
And they were all playing different types and different beats.
Nothing
Just
matched.
a horrendous noise.
Yeah, and I think because the wind was blowing a lot of the sound towards us as well. It just seemed like it was right next door.
Yeah. So the only way to escape that would be to go ashore and sit in one particular bar where you can hear one particular piece of music until they decide they've had enough and they close. Then at 3 o'clock my first mosquito woke me up. Then at 4 o'clock somebody decided they were going to have a big fight on shore, which set off all the dogs all along the shore.
Oh, I heard the dogs near the fight. Okay.
Then I went back to bed, and then my next mosquito came to me, and then just as I heard Ansha rummaging around in the princess suite, a next mosquito came to me, and I went, that's it, I think that we're going. So 10 hours ahead of us today.
So I think we'll probably take it in turns to sleep.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
you know, once Ray's on and, you
Yeah.
know, we're at, sort of on our way, because it's just a straight line really.
Yeah.
But look, I think when it's not the height of the season, I think it would be a nice little bay to visit, and I wouldn't mind if we did stop there again, just getting off and having a look, because it's quite pretty.
Yeah, it seems to have a lot of stuff on shore, yeah.
And I think, you know, if you've got earplugs, that would do the job. Wouldn't do the job with the mosquitoes,
No.
certainly do the job with the sound.
Somebody else has got an early morning rising attitude as well. And there's even a couple of guys out here with a coxswain rowing.
Oh, I'm going to put the kettle on. Turning the gas on so I can make a cup of tea. We always turn our gas off after we've used it. Do you? Put it in the comments below.
This big island in front of us is the Greek island of Kos, and basically when we get out of the bay we're going to turn left and then do a dogleg right and head down between Kos and mainland Turkey. Once again, we've dutifully stayed just inside Turkish waters, and it's a good thing we did, because two Greek Coast Guard vessels came out and pretty much headed in our general direction.
Well, it looked like they crossed across the line as well.
It did, because they actually came across our stern and were off our port quarter. So technically, from what this chart says, I think they were in Turkish waters. So there's a rib and kind of like a big power cruiser boat, and the rib is now stationed exactly on the point here. Let me come out again. The rib is now sitting right on that point there for anyone who's going to cut corners. It seems to be a thing that they do.
So, good job, Captain, for deciding to do the right thing.
Yeah. It's a pain in the bum, because basically you know, it adds an extra 45 minutes to our journey.
Which is long enough.
Yeah, which is long enough anyway. So now I can do 10 degrees.
Meanwhile, the wind that we've been having has been nothing. It's been about 2, but I see it's picking up a bit, so that's hopeful.
Just to make note, we're coming down the border here and basically heading towards there when we actually want to go around this corner here.
I'm still yet to see a red line in the sea.
Yeah. And dolphins with passports.
I wonder what language they speak.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
There's the very familiar lighthouse at Knidos, and just through this low part in the hillside here we can see several masts in the Knidos anchorage. Looks pretty busy, and that's what you'd expect at this time of year. I just extended the range out to 24 nautical miles, so that's 6, 12, 18, 24 this ring here, so it's at least 4 hours before we get to the northern tip of Simi. Also got a vessel approaching at 28 knots. Can't wait to see what it is doing that sort of speed. I've looked at the finer details of it, and I can't see that it says anything about it being a passenger ship. So Dodecanese Pride, high speed, something or other, not defined. Anyway, we'll find out in 5 minutes as it passes within half a mile, nautical mile of us. Yeah, 28 knots, pretty darn fast. Yeah, the wind is funny and fickle. Sometimes it's up to 30 knots, sometimes it's down to 12, 15. So I've got a little bit of sail out, not all of it.
What are we guessing?
Right now we're doing 8.6 knots.
Woohoo! Which is good because it's a long journey today. I might shave a bit off.
I think that's enough of a lean.
I think that's quite effective, yes.
Those laptops need to go away.
Yeah. Our maximum hull speed is 9 knots and we're doing 8.9. Woohoo! That's down to 7.9 now. But the wind's not constant, it's sort of gusting and then it's dropping, but you know, it's just nice to get them out. Little Aussie flags looking a bit worse for wear. We'll change that over winter. Sail was flogging, so he folded in, and we're going on a slightly reefed main, which is helping still, but we can point closer into the wind, so that's the main thing with this. Okay, well the wind shifted again, so the head sails come out again. And yeah, it feels like we've got a bit more speed. Let's have a look.
Giving us an extra knot.
Yes.
Not the bit.
Going to cut a corner through Greece. Everybody else is.
Yeah, it's weird. We've seen several big power cruisers transiting in both directions across this Greek territorial waters. So we figured that maybe it's just a local thing that people do here. It's certainly going to save some time instead of us having to go around the outside. And if we do get approached, we'll just say, well look, you know, we're sailing, we're taking advantage of the wind, and this is the best tack we've got.
And we thought we had rites of passage.
And we thought we had rites of passage as well.
So, okay, let's see how we go.
Pull it up until the big one comes up. You're grabbing a lazy line because we need to get control of that bow.
Welcome, madam.
That was a bit hairy getting in. It's not a constant wind, it's a gusting wind, and just as we got to the last minute, the wind said,
Hello.
hello, here's 26 knots for you, right on the side.
Yes. So anyway, the two lovely guys were really, really helpful.
Yeah, so we're in.
Yeah. We kept the dinghy up on the davits, and we found a plank of wood that we've tied to the boat. So we're going to use that as our drawbridge.
Okay, so things to do now. We've got to find a place to buy beer and buy more fizzy water and some basic provisions because we're nearly down to our last stuff. I've got an edit video, get that out and up. And then
because I did mine.
We've got to go to the restaurant and enjoy dinner. And that's going to be very enjoyable after a nice, long, hot shower.
Is, yes. And they also provide electricity and water.
Free of charge.
Yes, which is very kind of them.
So, yeah, it's been a 9-hour day.
Oh, so this, where we're at, is Kechibuku. And that is at Söğüt.
So, yeah, it's the restaurant. You see the big sign for the restaurant at the end of the bay, right, literally at the head of the bay. And you can't miss it, it's the last one. So
crack on with it. I mean, I was, you know, it sounds like I'm not doing anything at all, but I was working till 11 o'clock last night, getting the edit done. Finally sort of did my little bit and rendered it this morning, just before it started to get choppy, so that was good.
Yeah.
And yeah, now Baz is going to do it now, even though he probably wants to just stop and chill, doesn't he?
I'd love a beer and I'd love to have a sleep.
Yes.
Because I think it was like 2.5 hours sleep last night.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, them's things that happen and you just get on with it.
You sleep when you're dead.
Yeah,
Isn't that
plenty
what
of
they
time
say?
for that, yeah. Okay. When you eat at the restaurant here, you can sit on the end of the jetty, if you like, or you can actually go inside to the restaurant itself. And because the wind is still gusting, we're going inside.
Another thing to watch out for in the summer. Here's a freshwater leak. And what are the hornets doing?
They're having a drink.
They're getting some fresh water.
Yeah.
Don't stand on them. My kind of tree.
Rosemary, let me just say, cheers. They are lovely people here, aren't they?
Very friendly, very helpful,
Very
very
polite.
welcoming.
Yeah, really.
Yep.
Yep.
And I must say,
It's a nice
now that the wind is calming down, it's turning into a whole different experience.
yeah.
The gusts here, when we tried to, when we did more, were just amazing. Now it's okay. We've managed to reposition our lines so we're not, too snug against our neighbour, and I think things are going to calm down even more tonight once the wind gusts drop.
Yeah.
This is a great little spot.
It's lovely.
Super protected. There's definitely not going to be any roly in here, that's for sure.
No.
So a lovely little spot. Ansha went out earlier this afternoon to check out what is roughly around.
So there's a little market that's attached to a hotel, but then I saw just up the road, sort of, 5 minutes walk, there's a market kind of proper with basic things, and but the lady spoke really good English, because I was sort of trying to speak Turkish, and she did better at English, so we got on. So it was really, it was a good experience. So yes, so we're going to have a lovely evening. I think I'm speaking slowly because I'm so tired. I only had about 2 hours sleep last night as well.
Absolutely shattered, brain dead. 2 hours sleep, 9-hour sail, final edit of the video, and we're going to get our meze choices pretty soon.
Yep.
And then we both ordered swordfish steaks for our main, and we'll finish this bottle of wine, head back to the boat, and just crash, I think.
Yeah.
We've made a change of plan. We were going to do a 10-hour run to Karajaran
tomorrow,
but Ansha's done some calculations on fuel and hours and how much fuel per hour.
We haven't quite got enough to make it all the way to Cash.
Well, we have if we use our spare 40 litres on the side.
But we don't
decks,
want to get into
a situation where we use them and then we don't have anything at all. So we're actually going to spend tomorrow night in Marmaris. So it's only going to be a 5 or 6 hour trip to there tomorrow, depending on the wind. Well, we'll go into the marina first, fuel up, and then we can leave. Because if we thought today's 9 hours was a long day, Marmaris to Cash is
13 hours.
13. Oh my goodness.
So we're going to have a sort of easy day tomorrow because it's only 6 hours.
Yeah.
So even if we leave at midday here tomorrow, we will still get there by 6.
Which is plenty of light for us to go into a known anchorage.
That means we can have a nice,
chill,
easy day and then start early again.
Yeah.
6.
4.
Yeah, 4, why not?
well 4 to 4 is 12. And then it's 5, given wind and weather. So
I mean, we're going into Cash with the Marineros. We know exactly where we're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4 o'clock's fine.
Yeah.
We'll be all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed by
then.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But tell you what, the showers here, really good. Hot water, lots of water.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really well set up. It's quite charming actually, because you've got, nestled in the mountains and little goats.
Goats is bleating in the background. Here's to this place.
Yeah, here's to this place.
Just for the record, the swordfish is cooked to perfection, and the whole platter is 130 lira. On the screen right now you can see the exchange rate to the Aussie dollar for that as well.
It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
And the service here, they keep asking if there's anything they can do for us, and they're lovely people.
Yep. Highly recommend this place.
Yes, absolutely.
Put it on your list.
Yes.
İyi akşamlar.
don't know which one to go. That right.